Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. Today we're doing another in my craft fair series. And this is the project that we're going to make. I'm going to be charging $7.50 to $8.50 a piece for these because of the cost of materials and the time it takes to make them. And what you're about to find out is that materials and time, it really is an easy project to do. You're going to need a few supplies. You're going to need a paper trimmer, scrapbooking paper, some thermal laminating pouches, a laminator, scissors, glue, staples, cardstock, a pen, notepad, and a 6x9 zip top type bag like this one to package your goodies in. Let's get started. You're also going to need some binding rings. All the instructions, written instructions, will be in the blog post that coordinates with this video, so look in the description box down below. While I'm filming this video, you are going to hear a couple of probably strange sounding noises. The first is my electronic vacuum cleaner, which is doing a lot of work for me today. I'm worn out. Maybe not. Okay. And the heater. It is a little chilly here in my craft room today, so you know how that goes, I'm sure. We're going to start by cutting some scrapbooking paper down to 4 by 6 inches, which is the size of my notepad. The notepads look like this when you get them, and I will leave the link for these particular notepads in the description box as well. When I'm able to, I do use Amazon affiliate links. It doesn't cost anything else for you to use them, and it does kind of help me out. Today, I'm going to be using this Christmas theme paper for the one I'm making. You can get these on sale right now at your local Hobby Lobby for 50% off. And if you can't get them on sale, use a coupon. Use whatever scrapbooking paper you'd like to use. But you are going to need 2 patterns for your covers, one for the front and one for the side that's showing and one for the side that doesn't show, I should say. And I also really like the snowman. When you're doing them like this, it makes the covers reversible, which is a great selling point for this type of a book. The disc that I'm using today, I will leave a link to. You can find these at really good prices in a lot of places. I'm going to cut this to 6 by 4 inches. Pay attention to the directionality of your paper. I'm going to be using some Tombow Mono glue for this project. You don't necessarily have to do this step, but I find that it's easier when it comes to laminating these to go ahead and have these as one piece. Don't use a lot of glue. You don't want it oozing out in that laminating sheet. It will just not dry clear, and it will not look pretty in the finished product, so be careful. Also great gifts. You can make a bunch for your friends at church. You can make them very masculine. A guy would not mind carrying something like this. This is a snowflake die cut. This particular die I use is from Hobby Lobby, and I use my coupon, even though once in a while you'll get a cashier who will let you have the 50% off because it is Christmas related. So, you know, my opinion is that the worst they can say is no. Do not be happy with this either. The laminating machine will seal this into place. I'm using a scrap of this blue paper right here to create a strip somewhere towards the bottom third. Eyeball it, make sure it's pretty straight, and then put your snowflake on. This just kind of helps to break up the visual clutter and brings the focus right there to that snowflake. These are 4 by 6 laminating sheets. I want to let you know that these are actually about 6 1/4 by 4 1/4, so they are slightly bigger. laminating sheet. Apparently my hands had some yucky on them, so I'm just going to use a new laminating sheet. You want to make sure before you put this through your laminating machine that you have a fairly equal border on all four sides and that it is straight and pleasing to the eye. That one is, and so let's do the back cover. I use a Scotch 3M laminating machine. I will leave a link to one that I use or similar to I use in the description box. All supplies, all instructions, once again, will be on the coordinating blog post. I'm going to run these through my laminating machine and we will be back in a moment. I have my covers laminated and this is what they look like. I've gotten 4 discs out and I took this paper pad and I took all the pages off of it and disregarded the back. So now what we're going to do, and I think I forgot this in our list of supplies, you are going to need a punch. Mine is from Create 365, the Happy Planner. And right here, you'll see some lines. You're going to take your paper and line it up to that far left line. Right there. And you're going to punch it. We're going to continue to do this for the rest of the pages. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do the covers. Where this laminate is right there, we're going to line the actual paper up to that line. So it looks just like that. And we're going to punch it. We're going to do the same for the back cover. All right, our next step is we're going to actually assemble our notepad. This is the back cover. I want this pattern facing out, so it's going to face downward. Next, I'm going to place my disc into the top part. These basically pressure fit into place, and you can see that these rings are perfect for this particular punch. I really like the way that this works because you can easily take out pages and you can easily put more pages in. You could even have some refill pages and extra covers as a separate item, an accessory if you will, to this project. I hope that you guys are doing well and having a fabulous Thanksgiving holiday here in the United States. This video will air about a week or so before the holiday, and I am very proud to report that I am getting a surprise in the form of my youngest son. Chad is on his way home as we speak. He is somewhere in Missouri, so he's going to be driving for a little bit longer. Now, to make this really special, I'm going to take an RSVP pen, which is from Pentel. I took the sticker off and make sure it writes, and it does. And you unscrew this in right here, take the pen out, and now you're going to take a coordinating scrapbooking paper. This is the same blue as I used on the inside of the covers. And you're going to roll it into a small little tube. You can score this in like 1/8 of an inch increments just to make it a little easier, but you really don't need to. You just need to get it small enough to go through that tiny little opening. Once you have the paper into place, you're going to insert your pen in to its chamber. This is Cougar 130-pound weight white cardstock. I buy mine from cutcardstock.com. I'm measuring this in at 6 by 3 inches. Since I do not know where my scoring tool is at the moment, I'm going to use my trimmer to do its job. I'm going to place my cardstock at the 1.5 inch mark and use my bone folder. I'm going to take a piece of my pattern cardstock. Once again, I think in this case I'm going to use this pretty blue snowflake. This is going to measure in at 3 7/8 by 5 7/8. And excuse me, I'm incorrect. This is going to measure in at 1 3/8 by 5 7/8. Now it's time to package. I'm going to take my notebook that we made, and we're going to slide it in where the rings are at the sealed end of our bag, and go ahead and close this up. I'm going to take this piece of pattern paper, and it's going to go onto our topper and layer on very nicely. Now that I've applied the paper to my topper, I'm going to staple it in place, leaving the opening of the bag at the bottom so that whoever buys this can repurpose it for another gift. Before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and cut a piece of lace. Use my hot glue gun, put a little bead of glue down and place this on top, and cut off the excess ribbon, excess lace. If you haven't and you'd like to be, subscribe to my channel, leave this video a thumbs up, and share my videos on your social media. Thank you all so much for joining me. Stamp happy, be a blessing. Bye for now.